Welcome to Xpertifi newsletter. We will be discussing current banking news to keep you updated and informed. Let's dive into the news from last week. A government discontinues gold monetization scheme. The government has decided to stop the gold monetization scheme GMS from Wednesday due to changing market conditions. However, banks can still offer short-term gold deposit schemes for 1 to 3 years. Since its launch in 2015, GMS aimed to reduce gold imports and make idle gold productive. By November 2024, around 31,164 kg of gold had been deposited under the scheme. GMS has three parts: short-term deposits 1 to 3 years, medium-term deposits 5 to 7 years, and long-term deposits 12 to 15 years. While banks can continue short-term deposits if they find them profitable, medium-term and long-term deposits will remain until they mature. Meanwhile, gold prices have surged 41.5% in just over 1 year, reaching Rs 90,450 per 10 grams in March 2025, up from Rs 63,920 in January 2024. ATM withdrawals will now cost more. The RBI and NCPI have approved a Rs 2 increase in the ATM interchange fee for cash withdrawals, effective from May 1, 2025. The fee for cash withdrawal will rise to Rs 19, while non-financial transactions like balance enquiries will cost Rs 7. GST will be added separately. ATM operators had earlier suggested raising the fee to Rs 23 to improve profitability. Previously, in 2021, the interchange fee was increased from Rs 15 to Rs 17, and the maximum customer fee per transaction went from Rs 20 to 21. This fee is paid by the card issuing bank to the bank that owns the ATM where the transaction happens. Meeting RBI's priority sector targets to be easier for banks. On Monday, the RBI raised limits for various loans including housing loans, expanded the scope of renewable energy loans, and increased the number of borrowers eligible under the weaker sections category. Private banks are expected to benefit the most from RBI's relaxed loan limits and borrower rules for priority sector lending. Since these limits were last updated in 2020, the changes are seen as an adjustment for inflation and economic growth. For customers, this means more people will qualify for priority sector loans, making borrowing easier. Depositors can nominate 4 members for bank accounts or FDs. The Banking Laws Amendment Bill, passed by the Rajya Sabha on Wednesday, brings important changes to banking regulations. One major change is that depositors can now nominate up to 4 people for their bank accounts or fixed deposits. Earlier, only one nominee was allowed. Depositors can choose how the funds are distributed, either by assigning specific percentage shares to each nominee or by setting a priority order for inheritance. This change is expected to make it easier for families to access funds and avoid delays, especially in situations like those faced during the COVID-19 pandemic. Before we say goodbye for now, let's see how the various indices performed last week. Xpertifi has launched a banking course that guarantees 2 interviews with banks and NBFCs within 1 month of completing the course. So make sure to register yourself and inform your friends and family as well. Follow Xpertifi for banking jobs and news on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and LinkedIn. See you next week with more news. Till then, take care.